All right, Shalawam. This is the brothers of GMS New Orleans with another live lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. And to the few sincere Akwat out there diligently learning in silence, Shalawam. And we're just going to get straight into it with this lesson with Luke chapter 10, verses 23 to 24. And this was, as we get into it, this was a Yahawashi speaking to the disciples in the past, telling them how blessed they were to see his the first coming of the Messiah. But we know that Yahawashi is also speaking to us today, his disciples, who are about to see his second coming.
This is the book of Luke chapter 10, verse 23. It says, "And he turned unto his disciples and said privately, Blessed are the eyes which see the things that ye see.
Keep going.
For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them."
And how much more us today who are living in the times of the end, the times of the end of the age of these heathens ruling, chiefly Esau, and the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven. I woke up this morning and I saw some brothers post some little clips and stuff just showing, hey, they're openly talking about the charagma now, saying, oh, for medical reasons, people are going to have charagmas in them, just information coming left and right about it. And that just goes to show us that we are living in these times of the end. And that just put a hype spirit on me when I saw that and energized me throughout the day. And really, that should be the spirit all you sincere Akim should be in out there. I know we go through our daily trials and tribulations and we feel down sometimes, but overall, we are here. We are at the end of the rulership and the age of these heathens and the times that the men of the Lord and many great kings and prophets in the past have been waiting for. The ushering in of the kingdom of heaven, the second coming of Yahawashi. So with that being said, we should be going as hard as we possibly can to definitely make our calling and election sure, because again, this is the last regeneration before the kingdom of heaven, the last shot. The shot to be of that elect number.
I got some.
Kind of you got it.
You finishing that?
Come.
This Acts 20 and 26. It says, I'm gonna start at 25, 27. And now behold, I know that ye all among whom I have gone preaching the kingdom of our power shall see my face no more. Wherefore I take to record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men. For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of our power.
God. And hey, we're in the same spirit now. Hey, we, as it says in Ezekiel chapter 3, hey, go and prophesy this word before our people to get the blood off of our hands. And we have not shunned revealing everything to you. We haven't been cutting the scriptures of the truth with anything out here. We haven't taken a 501c3. We're giving it to you raw and uncut. We've taken the blood off of our hands, and we further made our calling and election sure. And we're going to keep doing that until the fame of the word hits. And we hope that as it says, many are called, but few are chosen. We ultimately hope we are that chosen number. But hey, the fact that we have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and every day you wake up, you still know the names of the Lord and the breakdowns, and you're not bugged out, is a day to be thankful. No matter how much knowledge you have, or if you think you have a little bit of knowledge, not as much as the next brother, you were still in the truth, prophesying this word. You have that shot of being of that elect number. So again, we are truly blessed to be living in these times, because we're living in the times of the end, the times to see the downfall of our enemies, and hey, to receive that crown, to be that first fruits in the kingdom of heaven. Oh, okay. I know you had one. You got it.
Good. You'll
have some too.
Okay. This is right 25 and 7. there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue, and a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
A point blank period. It's a joy to the Most High for us to see the fall of our enemy, and then what else in the kingdom? To be at peace, to enjoy our children, to have a family set up in a righteous order under Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi, the women in order, the children, the animals, the environment, these heathens underneath our feet, everything. It's about to be smooth sailing for eternity, and eternity is a very long time. And we are at the, as it says, you see that light at the end of the tunnel. We at the end of our race. We just gotta keep pushing, and it would just don't give up, no matter what comes our way or what you're feeling right now. Just keep pushing and going forward, because again, we are at the end of this thing.
Hey, I tell you, Salaki, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, they are literally talking about the Karagma in the mainstream news now. You got chariot sightings happening daily, talks of World War III, nuclear war, Gog, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, all that. The River Euphrates drying up, which that's a fulfillment of Revelation 16 to get ready for that battle of Armageddon. But you got.
Yeah, there's no looking back at this point. I tell you, in Luke 9:62, he that pretty much his own, took his hand off the plow, or either looking back in any kind of way, man. Looking back is going back for your stuff, all right, just being distracted in the world. All these things are looking back. It's not just at a particular time you decide to go back, all right? It's things that hold you back and keep you back. The same thing with Lot's wife. It ain't she looked back as a pillar of salt. She stayed back. She never left, man, all right? She didn't come back, man, all right? Her whole goal was to what? To stay. So our mentality, which should be your mentality, is to escape this place, man. All right, we captive exiles, hasten to be loose. Yeah, but we at the point, man.
Her thoughts and her lust was back in
Sodom and Gomorrah,
man.
She conformed to the image, She went with the image, man. Right? That's what she did at that time, which was a mark of death, man. And that's what we trying to tell you people. If you looking back, you're not fitted for the kingdom of heaven. At least for us being saved or dying for it on this side.
Micah 2:10 real quick. Hold it.
Yeah. So and that's what was happening then, and this is a reenactment of things now. They're gonna have people that's marked for destruction because what? They're not actually fitted for the kingdom of heaven, especially Israelites. All right, you gotta go.
And what did Lot's wife look back to before she turned into a pillar of salt? What did she see? Sodom and Gomorrah getting destroyed by fire and brimstone. So she was looking back at something that was never gonna. A life that she was never going to have again. Yeah. And it's the same with you people out here, you Israelites that know the truth, but hey, you're lukewarm. You got 1 foot in, you got 1 foot out.
Especially you Israelites that basically received the consolation on this side. That's like somebody telling you right now, get up out of your homes or whatever and just leave. You're not going to want to leave Babylon. You're not going to leave the state you're in. You're gonna, especially the woman, she's gonna cry in the car on her way, and you see it a lot of times. I'm gonna say this, for example, you see it a lot of times when they have those fires over there on the West Coast, and the fire burning, the Edomite women, and shit, they gotta get up out of their houses and run. They be crying. What's that crying over? Those possessions, the material things, man. All right.
Now, people did the same thing coming out of Egypt. They just look back.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord freed you from slavery. But you looking back on slavery.
You saw these great miracles, but you complaining about leeks and melons and fish, worrying about your own goddamn belly. And again, you Jakes, what you're looking back to is destruction. There is no going. Even if you want to go back, even to say you leave the truth and go back into the world, I'm not an Israelite anymore. Babylon is still going to be destroyed. Yahawashi is still coming, and the kingdom of heaven is still going to be established. This Edomite and these heathens are going down, so there is no going back. And why would you want to go back? This society is getting to the point to where you're gonna have adult, minor attracted persons, as they want to call it now, that can come up and talk to your kids and hit on them like an adult would hit on an adult woman. You got the alphabet people running around, and they're about to feed you bugs and synthetic foods, poisonous air, polluted water, polluted mindsets. This place has to go. And if you don't want to change up with it, you're gonna be a modern example of Lot's life.
That Micah.
Kind.
That was Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword of destruction.
Yeah, like you said, it's not your rest. And a lot of people looking for the easy subtle. They're looking for safety, man. All right, right now, Israel as a whole, Jerusalem, all right, they're at risk, man. We're at risk for the kingdom of heaven for a lot of things. And the Lord is plaguing this place, all right, this house, which plagues or better yet, diseases. It was diseases in Egypt, which means what? Without ease. So what the Lord is doing, he's taking away from the ease from this place, man, which a person sees they rest. That's why he said, like, the woman want her possessions. She had it easy. She had to be in the cold. She could change to whatever garment she want to change to, right? But when you're on the move and gone from that, you don't have that, man. So the Lord is removing the ease from this place. All right, he's taking away the ease, man. The safety. Go ahead, bro.
And no more convenience.
No more convenience.
Especially in the times we're coming into. Hey, we know, as it says in Isaiah 65, that my servant shall eat and drink. But as brothers always bring up, you may be going a couple of days before you eat and drink. We are strictly about to walk on faith and trust in Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi. And if you second guess or doubt yourself for a second, you're gonna get swept away. As I said, you being lukewarm, you're gonna get completely spat out of Yahawashi's mouth. And that is exactly where we do not want to be.
I got one too.
Kind.
One of my favorites. All right, this is Sirach 11 and 25. It says, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgiveness of affliction. In the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of debt to reward a man according to his ways.
Point blank, period. Could you reread that first part again, Brother Michelle?
25.
Kind.
Sirach 11 and 25, it says, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction.
And hey, these people right now, even though they're losing that prosperity, they can still, go to the store, get food, get gas, do all that. They're in the house of mirth right now, the house of fools, enjoying themselves and having a grand old time. We're in Mardi Gras down here, and people are thinking about Endymion this weekend and having a good time. But already, with the past few parades, the power went out on one of them. Some guy fell off a float on his head and looked like he broke his neck. And we can hope that these new parades coming up and Mardi Gras itself, some major cataclysmic event happens and just knock you people out of your mirth and joy. That hour of affliction to make you forget, that prosperity you were just living in. But besides that, the times we're coming into, everybody's about to forget all these joyful times and happy times they were living in, because when the Most High drops that hammer and releases his sword Esau, everything's going to be cut off. You're really going to see what you're made of in that day. And we've been building up our spirits, to go without and make it through these times, because we have faith that Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi is going to get us through it. But as for you people out here, just you people in the world, or even you lukewarm Israelites, you're gonna bitch up in that time because you didn't take this thing as seriously as you should have been.
The kingdom of heaven is about to pretty much suffer violence for the last time, man. This is it, man. All right, this the curtain call. Everybody been looking forward to, man. Jerusalem is in trouble this one last time, man. It's the last time. All right, and that violence about to increase, man. Just look at the numbers in the earthquake. All right, and it's steady raising, man. And then Eli. So you got to think about that. If he put 35,000 plus deaths on there, he's lying. You could double or triple that up, man. You got to think about that. He's always lying. So
he ever told the truth?
When have he ever told the truth about anything? So Jacob, that number accurate? None, man. There's more, man. So we're in the last go round. What you Jakes better get right. I'm talking about like yesterday, man, because this is the last sufferance, ass whooping we about to receive, man.
And
Go ahead, bro.
30,000 plus deaths is going to look like a day on Sesame Street compared to what's really going to take place during Jacob's trouble. And just
Let me, because we keep going. Let me bring this out. Right? Let me finish it. This is Sirach 11 and 25. It says, "In the day of prosperity, there is a forgiveness of affliction. In the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. The affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure, and in his end, his deeds shall be discovered." Go ahead.
Point blank period. The affliction of an hour maketh a man to forget pleasures. Everything he built his whole life towards to enjoy, and men and women just forgetting in the matter of an hour. That's how quickly the Most High is going to humble you people out here.
Right.
I know you were holding one.
I got some. You had made a point earlier about these recent chariot sightings. I just want to get something real fast. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, in verse 18. It says, "And it said, Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and visit them that dwell upon the earth." Verse 19 says, "And I will begin to make inquisition of them. Would they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion is fulfilled." And the point is, I want to credit that word inquisition, because that's exactly what the angels are doing right now, making inquisition of this place. It says inquisition in the online etymology, a judicial investigation, an act or process of inquiring. It says a searching into, a seeking, a legal examination. All right, and this is a big case. All right, Edom, all right, afflicting the children of Zion. All right, and this place is getting charged with everything that they think they've swept under the rug, man. Okay, the rug is being lifted up for the affliction that has come upon us. All right, that's why you see these chariots. The Lord is making inquisition of this place, and very soon, all right, very, very soon, the Lord gonna bring down judgment. First, you got to build up a case. Okay.
I'm going to get a precept to back up what you just said. Could you get me Zechariah 5 and 3 real quick to back brother up, brother Kashan?
If first you build the case, all right, then they drop the gavel on you. Okay. Just the same way as they do it in the actual courthouses, the Lord is doing the exact same thing, man. All right. And we bringing it out. We crying out to the Lord, all the things that are happening to us. And soon, all right, a recompense will be given.
And we're the spiritual prosecution team saying, hey, this is exactly what this devil's doing. And the judge is hearing the case, and he's about to hit that gavel and bring about that judgment. As the brother brought out with that word inquisition, hey, you Edomites, especially in America, sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High sees it, and he's about to, cut you off and bring about that judgment, that tab you've been building up.
God.
I got two. They're the same thing, but it's going into the law, which when you look at it, we're those two witnesses. Well, we like Caleb and Joshua spying out this place, man, and we bring the report back to the Most High. All right, and this is the scriptures. All right, I'm gonna go into. They're the same thing, but one goes into a little bit more. It says Deuteronomy 19 and 15. One witness should not rise against a man of any iniquity or for any sin, in any sin that any sin that he sinned at the mouth of two witnesses or at the mouth of three witnesses shall the matter be established. Which the Lord got 144,000 witnesses, right, man. All right, bringing up the case of Esau and you nations. All right, but this is I'm gonna jump to Deuteronomy 17 and 6. So at the mouth of two witnesses or three witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
That's right.
All right. But at the mouth of one witness shall he be not be put to death. But you're gonna be put to death, Esau, because your tab that ran up. The witnesses have built the case against you. The angels have written down your case, and your case, from a standpoint of the world, you didn't pollute the world, you didn't defile the people. I mean, your shit run long and wide and deep, man. All right, and then we at the time of the trial getting ready to come into play. All right, all the people, all right, that's a part of that trial gonna get pulled up. All right, like the brother went to. At the end, you will hear that gavel of the Most High slam. All right, and the executioner, which is Yahawashi, is going to get the executing.
That gavel is going to be that great millstone that's going to hit the feet of that statue and knock it all down.
Yeah, that's right.
And I know you know the significance of the numbers. Doesn't 3 mean like complete understanding? Three. Hey, the 2 witnesses, 2 to 3 witnesses. What complete understanding? We got the complete understanding, breaking down your sins and telling you what this judgment's going to be, and you're not going to escape. But you got that Zechariah 5 and 3.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse 3. It says, "Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth."
And that curse is talking about those chariots that are going to be a curse to you Edomites and you heathens, because ET ain't coming to bring peace. Yahawashi, the archangel Michael, and the armies of heaven in those fleets of chariots are coming to bring war against you and completely crumble your power structure. And as this inquisition has been made on you.
Then I don't know if y'all ever seen, I think earlier today, yesterday, you just tried to say they shot down a UFO around Michigan.
Multiple.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
On top of multiple jet fighters, then got destroyed too. You devils make up any goddamn thing, all right? But we're in that time though, all right? We're in that time, man. Which you can't destroy a UFO, man. You not you devils, man. All right, them terrorists can disappear, reappear, go in the ground, go into another realm, come back.
You're not even bound by the laws of physics.
Yeah, man.
You don't shoot down a chariot. That's madness.
You got a missile, a Scud missile, whatever on a jet. You can shot down a whole spiritual being, man, angelic being, man. Come on, man.
And you ain't gonna have a computer virus that's gonna shut down the chariots defenses so you can destroy them.
Yeah, the chariots aren't running Microsoft 98, man.
Yeah, you got 007 on the job. He's hacking the system.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Drinking a Diet Coke on this.
That's madness.
Stupid shit.
And it fucking the dude who came up with the virus in that movie was an Amalekite, that actor. Amalek, you ain't doing shit, and the rest of you Edomites ain't doing shit but going into slavery.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, man. He's definitely going into slavery. This is Zechariah 5 and 3. It says, "Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side, according to it."
And we clearly see what? That you stole the children of Israel. It says it all throughout the scriptures. You stole the children of Israel. You parted our land. You sold a boy as a harlot and a girl for wine. You stole this land. You stole the whole fucking world and turned it into a trap house. So as it says, everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And what's it about to say?
"And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side, according to it."
And swearing to all these false gods out here, swearing to yourself, saying, "Oh, through my technology, I'm gonna sit in the seat of the Most High and be as the Most High." That devil, Yuval Harari. We don't need God anymore. We can use technology.
That's a super devil right there, man.
And not just sweet boy too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the side one too.
Of course. Right. But also swearing on the Bible, man. You got a whole society where you make people swear on the Bible, but you don't keep one commandment.
And what's it say? He that take away from the least from the scripture shall be taken out of the book of life, which you have no part of the book of life at all.
The Bible is a witness against them.
Mm-hmm.
You got the actual messengers or the angels. Then you got the what? The prophets, which are angels, and then you got the Bible, man. That way every word gonna be established, man. The Bible is a witness against them as well.
That's right.
Don't he swear by it?
And their criminal justice system. And your boy Ronald Reagan made the Bible the law of the land back in like 1985.
It was 83.
83.
It's fitting. Go ahead. It's fitting with Reagan, right? I put the clip of him at the end of the video I did today. But Reagan prophesied, LOL, that quote unquote, right, that he would walk if some strange entity. Now all of a sudden they got balloons and whatever it is, and they shooting them down.
He said,
So this just came to pass all of a sudden, even though he said this in what, 87 or something like that. I'll put the little 47-second clip on the end of the video. They might strike it.
and what's crazy with Reagan too is he was talking about the Star Wars system back in the 80s, which dealt with lasers and satellites in space, a precursor to the Space Force.
Same as StarCom, which they came up with in 2020. Alliances, they changed out the I read the article on the video, but they changed out the upper echelon, changed out the chain of command when they did damn, I have to put the article back up, man. But they did 3 levels in which they was establishing themselves as Space Force, man. It's something called StarCom or something like that, man. Where they get levels, they basically prepare themselves. What the battle would come from out the earth, man.
You talking about that Reagan clip where he said if we were invaded by
Yes.
That would get everybody to band together. What's that? Second Ezra 13.
Second Ezra 13, which I bought that up.
I know you.
If we would battle some foreign entity, but that's what they're doing right now. They're doing the Super Bowl, you clowns, they was up to something.
That whole round thing was about. That whole thing there was about UFOs, man.
And something you see,
you know.
so that's the spirit going on right now is the UFOs, which they are really IFOs, man, which are the angels. But what are they doing? They're putting a narrative twist on everything so they can what? When the people start to get ready to attack these things, they're gonna have the world with them. Oh yeah, get them. Well, they foreign people. Yeah, y'all been setting this up since 2015. It's been over 300 plus UFO sightings, right? So they're what? Getting the minds of the people ready. Go ahead, bro.
They actually in that Independence Day spirit.
Everybody got together, and if you remember the movie, you had a bunch of generals saying, "What are the Americans going to do? We're going to follow lead with them." It's going to be no different now, but it ain't going to end like Independence Day ended, where Will Smith punched the alien,
And lit
slid a cigar, and Jeff Goldblum was wearing women's. No.
And we ain't banding together. Every man going to his kind, as it says in Matthew.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So really, the Lord is separating everything. Oh, shouldn't we all band together and fight? Well, you other nations is according to Second Ezra, y'all gonna be scared but durst fight when y'all was once fighting each other. How you battling each other? Then come together to battle our Lord, man. Y'all playing major mind games, man.
And we see
Jedi mind tricks, man. These devils playing Jedi mind tricks, man. Go ahead, bro. It's ridiculous.
It's Revelation 1:7.
You can break it down too.
Behold, he cometh with clouds, and he talking about Yahawashi, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, talking about reincarnation, which pierced him when he was crucified, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. So yeah, he's definitely coming back in clouds, which is called the chariots, man. And said every eye is gonna see him. It's not gonna be no mistaking. It's not gonna be no CGI. It's actually
Project Bluebeam.
it'll actually be a so-called black man on top of this chariot, man, and commanding other chariots. Which people call it clouds, but people call them UFOs. But they actually gonna be putting in work and killing.
Yeah, I done seen in the last couple of days. I done seen one video of it was like a bouncer at a club in Las Vegas, and the damn chair is bigger than Superdome over the bit. Yeah, look. He went outside and showed like, man, he got a UFO outside. They're like, man, this bullshit. Like 2 guys literally live on the video, and they went outside in the parking lot and looked up there. You seen the chariot, as big as a Superdome with red lights, it's illuminating, twisted on the top.
bro.
And there's another one. Well, they was out at a gas station, and the chariot looked like 5 blocks wide, and just passed by. It's gone. We ain't no time, man.
That's right, brother.
Hey, in that Revelation 1:1, it says, I'm going to just read it. The revealing of Yahawashi Hamashayah, which the Most High gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. That curse that's about to come over the whole earth. A curse to you heathens, but a blessing to us. Because they're the vehicles of your destruction, but they're the vehicles of our salvation.
That's right.
Kind of tying it back to the beginning of the lesson. These are the times that many great men and kings and prophets have waited for. The salvation of the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect, through the vehicles of our salvation, which they saw Yahawashi go up in. And what did the angel say? Why marvel ye at this? So the same way he went up is the same way he's coming down.
That's why you got all these WEF meetings and secret councils and get-togethers, man. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That you saw that strip club in Las Vegas, man. Or that they actually seeing the balloons right where the angels are moving around, man. What they call balloons? What they call some unidentified balloon type object, man. A drone, whatever they call it.
Unidentified floating objects.
Unidentified floating objects, man. It's just shit getting ridiculous, man. You gotta go.
Oh, you got it? Oh, I got it. I got this one real fast. This is Daniel's chapter 5, verse 24. It says, then shall the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written. And this is the writing that was written. Many tekel you forcings. All right. This is the interpretation of the thing. Many. Yahawah has numbered thy kingdom and finished it. You want to say something?
And hey, this is you can just read all of them now.
Yeah, it says tekel. Thou art weighed in the balance and art found wanting. And it's Prisa
Perez.
Perez. Thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians.
There's a lot to take out of that, because what was that during the Neo-Babylonian Empire? And we know that you devils, you CERN, and you got one word back, tekel, meaning your kingdom has been weighed in the balance and found wanting or insufficient. I mean, hey, it's game over for your rulership. And when it says in Perez that your kingdom has been divided between the Medes and the Persians, we know the modern day Medes are who? The Russians. And the Persians are the Iranians. And they're going to be the main ones that are going to be shooting the nukes on you.
Take you out, man. All right. That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting for these nations in which Russia is leading the charge, man. All right. Right now, as we speak, this very second, they are evacuating all Americans out of Russia right now, in the fear of false
retaliation on American citizens.
Everybody getting that Brittany Garner type of action, man. So they're getting them out of that right now. Which we're in a time of war, and many of these different prime ministers have said already, we've been in World War III for the last 2 years, and you dodo birds over here, you copper tops, you don't even know it, man. Like the song, you don't even know it. We've been at World War III. And it's getting more, it's about to get physical. The draft, all right, from age 17 to 48, women and men, and switch hitters. All right? You peanut butter chasers, you back pushers, you're gonna get drafted too.
Trench,
all right? Yeah. You know, you're gonna get drafted too, man.
And them Russians ain't playing. They killing so many Ukrainians that they got to be dragging Ukrainians off the street to go throw them on the front lines. And Russia, as you always bring out, they ain't even brought out the best stuff yet. No. They about to come with that next offensive and steamroll Ukraine. And Babylon, the good old US of A, is next.
Yeah.
And what other time, even during the Cold War, you literally got people on Russian news chant and saying, yeah, let's shoot nukes at America, they kill them all. Like, you got
family members that I know, hey man, you know what's gonna happen? Oh, I know we kind of scared. Why you scared? Man, them fucking Russians ruthless. Hey, that what they tell you. Them fucking Russians ruthless. Well, you better go meet that, man. All right, you finna go meet that. Them Russians are not gonna play with you little boys. Really, that's all you is, you little boys, man. Them dudes been over there since. I think I forgot the age that you have to, everybody has to enlist. All men have to enlist in the army and have to do some form of serving in the army, man. So from the age of a young man to a grown man, countless number of times of serving, them dudes are combat ready, man. What you niggas over here doing? Eating Twinkies, all right? You on social media, you're fat, you're ugly.
They call it duty combat ready.
You flat-footed. All right, you got a lot of that. You got a lot of that the LBGD, all them alphabets in your ass deep down. So you don't know what the fuck going on when it comes to war, man. That's why when you get over there, Keisha, Cody, Jeff, somebody gonna stand in your fucking chest or stand in your ass. One of the two.
And both at the same
Or
time.
both at the same goddamn time, man. But it's gonna happen. Y'all bullshitting. Them dudes ready to go, man. By any means, for their country, any means necessary, man. And like this brother said, the shit they fight over there in Ukraine with is older equipment material. Them dudes got some space age shit, right? Tanks, Humvees, helicopters, planes. They got some shit over there to rock your world. You never seen them do, bring that shit out, man.
They went for the big show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The big show.
They got
the real big show.
millions of soldiers ready for war, including another backing up them a million citizens ready to suit up and get booted. Right? For the war of wars, man. All right?
China got like 100.
They just a couple of days ago they put out a new law where pretty much everybody 18 and up has to go sign up for the reserves, and they got what, 1 billion and something. That's they have at least couple of 100 million men you can mobilize overnight.
If I was a rice eating motherfucker, like all that marching, how they do it, looking, man, I'm tired of that shit, man. I'm tired of marching with the big ass boots on, just displaying you looking at the king or the dictator, you bringing out all the goddamn missiles rolling around using gas. Man, let's use that shit, man. Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to crack some skulls and clap some cheeks?
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. You got some motherfuckers that don't even know what's going on. You got another 90% of them halfway know what's going on. And then you got fucking warriors, man. The warriors are ready to shed blood, man. All right, that's a time, man. That's why the scripture says there's a time and seasons for everything. We're in the time of war, drafting. We're in the time over here. Shit finna go get loose, man. All right, sedition amongst men, race riots. Because guess what? That shit that happened in the Capitol, it's coming back. All right? It's gonna be another uprising like that again, man. And you niggas, man, with them dirty ass fruit balloon. What's some of them other drawers niggas wear? It's some drawers. No, it's some particular brand that nigga Rick Ross be having. You niggas, them type of niggas, man. You niggas ain't ready for what's getting ready to come, man. You gonna get rolled over out here. All right, these Edomites know they're losing their country, man. I just watched it. You know, you watch your boy off desert.
Off-grid desert.
Yeah, it's another guy I watch, and then it's flat out, man. Basically, we whites, we have lost America. It's done. It is fucking done, man. And we over here as a province, we happy. We applaud. Call all Yahawashi my shot, man. And brought you devils down to nothing, man. Go ahead,
America a damn joke now. Everybody laughing at. Look, your president can't even make a coherent sentence or a speech.
Yeah.
And he talking about how he wiped his butt on TV.
Yeah.
Stop flipping shows.
Yeah.
Can't keep kissing the little girls in the top of their heads and shit, man.
And his son a damn dope fiend getting strippers pregnant.
Yeah, that's them right there. That's them motherfuckers right there. What's the name of them?
Ethica.
Yeah.
Ethica
Niggas
by
with the
Rick
Ethica
Ross.
bros, man.
With all them designs.
Yeah. I can't stand them Ethica wearing niggas, man.
That's crazy.
What you wearing designer underwear for? Like, if you're gonna be under
Nobody
your
wants to
pants.
see that, bro.
Well, I mean, a lot of y'all out here like the
Get your back pushed.
Yeah.
eat sugar cookies. So
Yeah, man. I can't wait. We can't, hey, brother, I can't wait. The brother can't wait. We can't, man. The green light is gonna be bright and glowing. When this shit really hit the fan, it's gonna be hell to tell the captain, man. I promise you. It's gonna be hell to tell the captain when this shit really goes down, man.
shit, we got excited by that the numbers going up for that earthquake.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a judgment from Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. I had a good laugh when that dude, that Edomite, fell off that float and landed dead on his head, and his neck and his body made a whole letter U.
It looked like a fruit roll up, man. You know?
Kind
Go ahead, man.
I got Ezekiel for you.
Yeah, give me that Ezekiel 30, then you got that. Then you got it on the line.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. Let's start at verse 10.
Hey, to back up what the elder brother was bringing out, hey, these Russians are ready. They in that Ivan Drago, I will break you spirit.
Yeah.
And what he do in that movie, he killed Apollo Creed. Jake was showboating and thinking
Bullshit.
everything was gonna be easy and fun, and got his fucking neck bone disconnected.
Yeah, man. Hoochie Daddy shorts on fight. That fucking Russian one bullshit on, man. You die, you die. If you die, you die. Yeah, that nigga was serious, man.
With that bubble gum lip that Apollo Creed had.
Yeah, man.
And Creed ain't coming to save you.
No, man.
But you got it right.
God, it's verse 10. It says, "Thus said the Lord Yahawashi, it shall also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into slack."
Wait, start at the top.
God.
You just read the first 3 verses in Ezekiel 38.
Okay. This Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 1, it says, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him."
And we know that God, that's a biblical name for Russia. This whole chapter is devoted to Russia and that pain Russia about to bring to America.
It says, verse 3, "And say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal."
And to you Russians out there, hey, just because you're gonna have a big hand in taking down America doesn't mean you or Mubu Guy Pan got next. The Most High is using you, and then He's gonna break you afterwards by the hands of the elect.
Yeah, you're just a tool in the Most High's shit, man. He's just gonna use to will against these Edomite devils on this side, man. All right, and it's beautiful. This whole chapter gives you basically a timeline of how it's gonna go down, man. And it's already in the play now. What the brother gonna get into, he's gonna break it down. But this is a blow for blow timeline of it, man. You Russians, I know. Like I said, you're in the perfect seat, in the perfect hands of the Most High right now. He's controlling you to do what you do. All right, you Americans, you definitely should be scared, man. Because how can they be in a war and getting ready to get into another war? All right,
You're using up all your best shit on Ukraine, who's losing while Russia hadn't even brought out the big guns yet.
Yeah, 500 men. Yeah, 300. First it was 300. Then they sent another 500 supposedly. Now they about to do an all-out attack. All that to go right into World War III. I mean, the Most High is with them, man. For them to do that type of shit, the Most High is with. That just shows you He's with them. All right. And then, like I say, Putin is not gonna play with y'all either, man.
That's right.
This right here is gonna be the new movement. That right there, flicking that goddamn
little latch up,
sticking
that key in.
Sticking all them keys in, and this right here.
He already taught y'all. He got the dudes with the suitcases
following around
on the anniversary of World War II battles, which the Russians called World War II the Great Patriotic War. So what do you think they got in their mind with this war they come into America against? The second Great Patriotic War.
Right. Keep going.
Kind of. And then you can read verse 3, and then you can jump, verse 4, and then jump to
verse 10.
Kind of.
This Ezekiel 38 and verse 4, it says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws."
Putting them back in that old confrontational Soviet Union spirit. And a couple of months ago, I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but pretty much Putin was giving reverence to the Soviet Union and great historical Russian figures at a military drill. And I remember about a couple of years ago, they did a poll in Russia to see how they felt about Joseph Stalin, who was one of the great heads of the Soviet Union. And a lot of people were in favor of him, which when you look at his rule, he was a fucking tyrant. But they in that mindset. They in that warlike Soviet Union break skull mindset.
Them dudes hard body, man.
That's right.
Them Russians, they hard body. They ain't like you Edomites over here. You F-150 camouflage Catman ass Edomites over here, man. All right, they much more rough, raw, and rugged. All right. Just look at them. Them motherfuckers half the year they in the blistering cold, man. some below. You gotta be on a different level of living in cold weather all the goddamn time, man.
Then President Putin, he starts off every morning dunking himself in frigid cold water.
Yeah, let me know if Joe Biden can do that without catching one.
Trump.
You know, this nigga every year he has a Russian marathon he enters in. He swims across a cold ass lake, rides a horse, climb a goddamn mountain, man. And then he takes a picture on top of the horse with no shirt on.
No shirt on.
Nothing but taco meat. You know? Ain't none of you motherfuckers over here ready to do that, man. All right? And the most out of it is put them back in that hard state. You don't see men doing that no more, man. You niggas is soft. You can't change a fucking tire. You niggas can't change your oil. All right? You niggas is fat, got big stomachs and women's breasts, man, growing out your ass.
Love handles.
Yeah, man. Niggas is soft here in America, man. Watered down. I'm talking about across the board. It don't matter what nation you in. Niggas is soft over here, man. You niggas is fucking moist. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, man. I'm tired of you shit, man. You're tired of this shit, man. Seeing this bullshit all the time, brother.
Everybody talking about love and peace all goddamn day.
Yeah.
Everybody in the goddamn mirror and
That
shit.
soul train ass fucking spirit, man.
Yeah.
Like remember during the back in 2020, 2021 when those LDs were really happening.
What?
The LD,
Oh
yeah. You had some people starting to, protest in front of the White House because they're like, hey, Trump lit this, and the National Guard out there. You remember that when Jake was dancing in front of the troops.
Oh man.
Jake was dancing, and the National Guard troops started dancing too, having a good time when you're supposed to be there as a guard and kill everybody in a Bozo the Clown spirit over here.
But
Lana Fonta spirit, man. That's an inside joke. Go ahead.
Verse 4, it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
Some fighter jets, the tanks, which they got a tank called the Terminator, which is a completely drone tank. The S-300, S-400, and hypersonic missiles. And the Most High is beginning to bring them forth in Ukraine, but this is ultimately talking about them coming down into the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the lock horns with NATO and the U.S. and the West. Keep going up.
You can jump to verse 10.
You can read down to verse 7 and then jump to verse 10.
Verse 5, it says, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets.
And we know Persia is Iran, which Russia's their top ally. You can look up Russia's dealings with Ethiopia and Libya. Hey, in Libya, they got the Wagner group over there helping them out. And just a couple of weeks ago, Russia was sending heavy military equipment to Mali, another African country, and Mali and Burkina Faso. They're telling France, which is a NATO country, get out of our country. You're not helping us out. So they're going under God for them to be a guard unto them, like a lot of these other nations that have been screwed over by the West.
This is verse 7. You keep reading verse 7.
Down verse 6, it says, Gomer and all his bands.
Gomer being Turkey, which after this earthquake that just took place, and even you're hearing chatter around there that they use the H to the A to the A to the R to the P to cause that earthquake, because Turkey has been a roadblock to the U.S. and NATO in doing some of their plans, and they've been saying we don't want sanctions on Russia, so the West punish them for it. That's just going to further push them in the Gog's corner.
It says the house of
Togarmah.
Of the north quarters and all his bands and many people with thee.
And when you go into Togarmah in the Strongs, it says like Armenia and Azerbaijan, which they got shit going on right now. They ultimately gonna link up with Gog in Russia, and Gomer in Persia.
Verse 7, it says, Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee. All these nations and their citizens is getting ready for war. Over in Russia, they've got bunkers. They regularly do nuclear attack drills, and they've got a whole bunker complex for their citizens to go underground with. Do they do that over here? Fuck no.
And I can tell you how even Ukraine and Russia know that nuclear war is getting ready to happen because you can look up FN, which is FN Herschel is the actual gun brand. They actually distributing out F2000 guns. You know that.
Oh,
That's a nuclear weapon gun, man. That gun is used for when nuclear war happens. When you put that nuclear suit on, you don't puncture the suit because there's nothing. The gun is kind of smooth. There's nothing to puncture or get snagged on your suit. So
That's
that
easy
gun,
to handle with that suit on.
yeah, it's easy to handle. It's called an F2000. You can just put in F2000. Look, I put it in FN 2000, and what comes up? Ukraine, and it's being used over there. I mean, I'll probably put it up to the camera, and it's already been issued out to Ukrainian troops and everything. I'll put the actual thing up there. That motherfucker.
I forgot all about that, bro. Heavy.
What did it say? What the headline say?
Meet the Belgian FN F2000 rifles Ukraine has been using against the Russians.
And that's a nuclear weapon gun. I put it to both the screens. There you go, right there.
These other nations ain't playing game. In China, they getting ready to go to war against Taiwan. In America, you had one of those guys in those hazmat suits shaking one of their citizens in a leaked video saying, "You better get in line. Don't you know we're going to war against America?" Everybody outside of the deadhead West is getting ready for a world war. Why? Because in the past world wars, they countries and they populations got the brunt. Those were where the battles took place, but not over here in America, where America is that virgin that hadn't been touched yet. But this virgin is about to get penetrated by more than one lover. Ultimately, the nukes.
Let me jump down to verse 10.
Kind of.
God, it's Ezekiel 38 and verse 10. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, it shall also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought."
And that evil thought that the Most High is going to put on these Russians' minds. Remember what it says in Proverbs 21 verse 1. The king's heart or mind is in the hand of the Lord. He moveth it whithersoever he will. And that evil thought is for them to flip up that switch, stick that key in, turn it, and shoot them nukes on this horde. Penetrate this horde.
That's right. Verse 11 it says, "And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates."
And this precept has a double-fold meaning. On the one hand, it's talking about the land of Israel, and then on the other hand, it's talking about America. And when you got a city with unwalled villages and no guards or anything, what does that mean? You're open to attack. You're chilling. You're not expecting an attack. You're in a lackadaisical, lollygagging mindset, which is a majority of these people out here. They think that just because they shot the juice, they got their juice shots, that everything gonna go back to normal. Which that's a whole nother can of tears that the Most High is about to open up. And then on top of that, what the icing on the cake is gonna be the nukes. God getting that evil thought and
Push the button.
Verse 12 it says, "To take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon desolate places, the desolate places, like it, that are now inhabited, and upon people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land."
Con. Hey, there's no hope unless you have that elect number. There is no hope for anybody in Babylon or America. They about to become a spoil.
That's right.
And as somebody give me that Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13. Let me see. 13 and Start at verse 17.
13:17.
Kind of.
All right, this is Isaiah 13:17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
And this ain't talking about the ancient Medes, which it was Darius the Mede that did that surgical strike to take down the Neo-Babylonian Empire so that the Medo-Persian Empire could come and reign. This is talking about the modern day Medes, them Russians. And what's beautiful too is the Medes were what? Japhetic. And the Russians are in Japhetic lands right now. So when you look at everything in the spirit, it all makes sense. And as it says, they're not going to regard gold or silver. When that time comes for them to get that evil thought, especially no US dollars, no gold, no silver, no peace treaties or nuclear weapons bans are going to stop them from shooting those nukes, taking a spoil of this place. Keep going.
Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
And bows shoot arrows. So those are them launch platforms and silos for those missiles. And it says they shall not spare children and have no pity on the fruit of the womb. And dash the young men to pieces. Everybody that is not of that elect number, when those nukes hit this place, is just going to be more fuel for the fire.
I got it right here.
Kind of.
This is Isaiah. I'm gonna get to the point. Isaiah 9:19. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as fuel of fire. No man shall spare his brother.
At point blank period. The people shall be as the fuel of the fire. And as it says up in, towards the beginning of Isaiah chapter 9, the battles fought in the past were with swords. Oh, kind of.
This is verse 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
At point blank period. Them ancient battles, swords and shields, and even World War I and World War II, they running at each other with bayonets and shooting each other. But this one shall be with flames and fuel of fire. This third woe is going to go nuclear and just wipe many places out. The United States of America going to be completely wiped out, turned into the biblical lake of fire.
Yeah, that number that's over there in Turkey and Syria is gonna get broken
Easily. A combo break.
Yeah, Lord, he gonna break his own record, man. Huh?
If I can say, I had put like a short video in the WhatsApp, and it was going into like the impact of ICBM nuclear missiles, and they said just on the impact alone, 500,000 people, like right before it even impact, 500,000 gone. Then you got a 11-kilometer like radius.
Yeah, I remember that article you had. Shit, that's over 800 miles away.
Time, bro.
33 burns, bust windows. People, they gonna blow your eardrums out of shit, man. Blind you.
And that's just one. You got it, bro.
And you got to look into these different weapons. Russia has the SARS bomber. They still got that shit, man. They got Satan 1, Satan 2, and I think it's a new Satan 3. They have a missile called the Nations. I always bring it up because just that one missile blowing up or hit, just like that missile hit the middle of America, it knocked the whole thing out, man.
Bro.
That's how powerful it is. This ain't just your fat man and little boy and hydrogen bomb. This is nuclear missile, man. We talking about over 1 million degrees Fahrenheit. Estimated some of those missiles get up to. And here it is, we can't even open up the oven, which is that's according to the scripture, but we can't even open up the oven to the stove, let alone 1 million degrees Fahrenheit, man. That's why the scriptures tell you in Peter that those missiles gonna have the ability to melt elements, metals, brick and mortar, flesh. What else? Some things. Water. It's gonna dry the different waterways and pools. It's gonna dry that shit up over here, man. That's why we love, man. I love reading Joel the 2nd chapter. Tell you how the place looking like a Garden of Eden. Then afterward, the desolate wilderness, man.
That Isaiah 34, the line of confusion shall be drawn on.
That's another one, man.
To where this place is going to be a giant Sahara desert where you won't be able to tell Texas from Washington. It's just going to be desert from from the east coast to the west coast with desert creatures dwelling here.
Well, it's funny. The Most High said He's gonna shake the heavens and the earth gonna rear to and fro. Lord gonna put this bitch through an etching sketch. He's just gonna do like this. He got the whole outline, Louisiana, Texas, all that shit. The Lord is gonna do this, man. Gone. She gonna spread that line, man. And we ready for the line to be spread. We ready to get the hell up out of here, man.
And again, many great kings and prophets and men have desired to see these things and have not seen them. How much more? And we know that they back in the reincarnation. So how much more are you blessed today to be able to understand that this is coming to pass? That this is the times that our forefathers have been waiting for since the beginning.
The going back to the time of Acts, the first chapter, on the rising of Yahawashi coming back, it was ready. The first time they seen it, Lord, is you not going this time restore the kingdom of heaven. They've been ready, man. We've been ready. We are those men back in the reincarnation, all right, to fulfill our lots. That's why we're doing what we're doing. We're teaching them the highways and byways. It's a purpose. It's a reason behind that, man.
I got that.
Go ahead.
This Hebrews.
We had an hour too.
I guess we'll get any brother's last precepts after you get yours on the one.
This Hebrews 11 and 13. These all died in faith, which Hebrews 11 goes into different examples of our forefathers that had faith in the promises. It says, these all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them and embraced them.
Hey, they understood reincarnation and knew that even though it wasn't going to happen in this lifetime, hey, they're going to live during those times where it is going to take place. So that's what gave them the faith to go through the trials and afflictions they went through in the past. To what? Make their calling and election sure back then, and to receive the fruits of their labors now in this final regeneration.
God. The point is, it says, having seen them afar off. We're seeing them right here. They're right in our face.
We hear the nukes. They are talking about the Karagma it is not no more speculation, no more prophesying out there, and it's 5, 10, 15 years off. It is here. God. Brothers.
This Sirach 16 and 6. I'm gonna jump down to the 18. It says, in a congregation of the ungodly shall a fire be kindled, and in a rebellious nation wrath is set on fire.
Hey, bringing up fire again in the congregation, the wicked, and a rebellious house. The heathens out here, and you hard-headed niggas and spicks and tontos out here that scoff at the words of Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi, to the prophets. You're about to get your just desserts too.
It's gonna be an unquenchable fire, man.
Okay.
And the Lord gonna have to call the fire back off this place, man. You gonna have the angels shooting out laser beams, concentrated heat, man. You gonna have a nuclear missile. They just designated for fire, period, man. And this, it's gonna be an unquenchable fire, man. The Lord gonna have to stay the hand of the fire, man. He gonna have to stop the fire. He gonna have to put the fire out.
And what's it saying in Jeremiah 51 that they're gonna faint?
They're gonna fan it.
When you faint,
and they're gonna make it worse.
Kindling that fire even worse.
So who could, if the Lord destroying the earth, this current eon, or this age, or you Edomites, you devil that's ruling with fire, then he gotta be the one to put it out. When he destroyed it with water, he the one took the water off the earth. He the one put it down. All right, he lowered the water. So the same with the fire. The Lord got to put the fire out, man. It says, jump to 18. Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens, the deep and the earth, and all that is therein shall be moved when he shall visit.
Hey, the earth shall rock to and fro like a drunkard. Hey, how Earth is going to look after the nukes is going to be completely different than how it's going to look now. We'll just leave it at that. But everybody, this destruction, hey, it's going to, so to speak, be felt all the way up in the heavens as well.
As far as the mountains also and foundations of the earth shall be shaken with trembling when the Lord looketh upon them.
Point blank, period. That's that great destruction that Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi is bringing. And ain't no event in our lifetime, and even in many people's lifetimes since the flood, has such a cataclysmic event that shook the entire planet taking place. That's why this is the second death, while the flood was the first death.
And that's why he said in Proverbs that he left the day of evil for himself, man. What that's supposed to mean? Meaning what? You ain't gonna when he gonna there's no telling what he's gonna do. How far he gave us everything he gonna do, but he's the Lord. So I believe he's probably gonna do more, man.
He kills people every day.
He kills people every day, but he has set aside the day of evil for himself. So yeah, made that day what special, man. Unto him, man. Go ahead, bro.
There's Isaiah 14:31. How, O gate, cry, O city, thou whole Palestinian, art dissolved, for there shall come from the north a smoke, and none shall be alone in his appointed times. Yeah, and that smoke is going to be coming from Russia, like the brothers bring out Ezekiel 38. If you go to that chief prince, and you go into Hebrew, it's Rosh, so it's Russia, really. So Russia plays a big part in this World War III, man. You know, so there's nothing nobody can do about it. It's already been set in stone. Only thing they can do is get ready to get hauled off to the Middle East, or fucking get hauled off to Ukraine, where you're gonna get laid down. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get
to a FEMA camp.
Yeah, them 30mm rounds in your back, where there's gonna be nothing left. You just gonna be hamburger meat, man. But ultimately, the smoke, the nuclear CBM missiles, man, it's gonna lay the land desolate.
It goes to the famine, to the famine, to the sword, to the sword, to the captivity, to the captivity. Everybody, furnace to the furnace. Kind. Everybody is about to fulfill they roles in their lives. It's just which role you're going to fulfill. The role of destruction or the role of salvation. It's as simple as that. Any brothers have any closing points?
Nah.
Okay, so with that, we hope you sincere Akim and Akwat out there were edified by this live lesson. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rakash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Shalawam.
Shalom.
Baba.
Baba.